Hey my baby pandas, so as you can see by the title, today is going to be a different type of video. I am going to be chatting with you guys about my experience and journey with having anxiety and dealing with crappy, shitty, fucking panic attacks. They are very not fun, they suck. If you guys are going through them, I totally understand. But before we begin, take a pause and make some tea. Today I am drinking jasmine green tea in this fabulous tea mug, which is so amazing. So if you guys want to join me in drinking la tea and chatting, that is super awesome. The vibe I'm going for in this video today is very like as if you guys were here with me chit-chatting in my room about some shits, which is awesome. And this is gonna be a raw and uncut video. I don't want to edit anything. Whatever comes out of my mouth, if it's a mistake or if I don't make sense, I'm gonna leave it, because this is the type of video I want to aim for, and just to have a real conversation with you guys about it. So let's start chit-chatting about my history with it. So I definitely have been dealing with it. Well, it's been more intense since last December, which you guys will know the story by the end of this video. But I had it since I was in high school. I would probably say around grade 10 and 11. It was not a daily thing. It would come and go like every few months. I'll probably have like one moment where I just need to sit down and take a breather. You know, when you just all of a sudden feel very like scared, confused, and lost. I would have those moments, but they were very far and few in between. So, they were very manageable back in the day. So I would have them in high school, and then I would also have them in college when I went to college back in the day. But like I said, they weren't as intense, and I just honestly breathed through them. I just sat, took myself away from everything and breathed through it. So it's not like as if it popped out of nowhere. So it's been in my life for quite a long time now. So when it really got shitty and when it got intense to a point where I thought I was dying. So let's start with that. Honestly, guys, this video, I been holding off on doing it just because when I talk about it, I do feel relief when I talk about it, but I also feel embarrassed by it. I feel ashamed, and it makes me feel like shit knowing that this is happening in my life. So that's why it took me a while to finally sit down and talk about it. And my main focus is so that whoever out there is dealing with any sort of mental issues or just anything that is not, I guess, disruptive in your life, you guys are not alone. When this whole situation got just crazy, I felt so alone. I really did. I thought I was the only one. I thought that, why me? What happened? What made it to the point where every day was a struggle? Because it wasn't never like this, like I said, it would happen, but I wouldn't have it every day. It would take, like, I would say with 1 year, maybe 3 times, which is very, for me, like, I dealt with it and it was easy. But I don't know, guys, something happened in December. So I'm gonna talk about it right now. I'm not gonna, well, if I get emotional, I get emotional, because it happens. Talking about stuff that is so intense, it's just hard. But I want to do this. I will do this. And like I said before I start this story again, you are not alone. There's so many people dealing with this, with mental issues and depression and anxiety and panic attacks. And yes, they do suck, but just remember, you are gonna make it through. You're totally gonna make it through, even though sometimes you feel like you're gonna fucking die. I know that the feeling just sucks so bad, but you will make it through. Anyways, so let's start with what happened. So as you know, as I already said, I've been dealing with it already, but very rarely. And everything was going fine. Life was fine. I'm working. Everything was fine, guys. I don't know. Um but anyways, so story. And I'll tell you guys all the things I'm doing to help me in this, like what I'm doing to relax and what I've been doing, maybe after or in another video. But I just want to focus on exactly what happened and the craziness. So, so last year, 2015, a week before Christmas, I was going through some stuff. But it wasn't crazy stuff or anything that was insane. But there was stresses in my life, which, you know, everyone deals with stress or whatnot. And then I would say a week before Christmas, I woke up. So around three, so I went to work, came back home, everything was fine. And then around 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and my heart is like pounding like no other. I've never felt this intense heartbeat. Like it was just going so fast, so hard, and I was like, oh my fucking god, what's going on? My mom was sleeping, luckily outside in the couch. So I went out. I didn't wake her up because I'm like, you know what? This has to be a panic attack. Because like I said, I've been dealing with it. But I've never had that intense heartbeat where it felt like my chest was going to explode. I thought I was having a heart attack. Seriously. But I'm like, nope, I'm going to go calm down. So in silence and in suffering, while I thought I was going to faint and collapse, and all the worst shit ideas that your brain thinks about when your heart or when your body goes through this, I was trying to calm myself down. I washed my hands with warm water. I put my feet in water. I was humming just to try to get my brain out of that because, like I said, it was so insane. The feeling was so insane. And then I boiled water. I drank water. And, I woke my mom up. I'm like, I don't feel well. And, like, it took me, so I was breathing through it. It took me about half an hour for the intense heart rate to finally slow down. Now, at this point, I was thinking, okay, like, I really wanted to call the ambulance, 911, but I didn't. I said, you know what? This was probably just a horrible panic attack. I'm fine. Like, my heart went back to normal. My breathing went to normal. I was fine. So, that was that. I went to bed. Everything was good. Now, 2 days later, on a Sunday, again, the day went well. I woke, and then all of a sudden, around 3, 4, same time, my heart, I woke up. I don't know, like, I was sleeping well, and then within the hour, I woke up, and my heart, again, same feeling, intense heart rate, like, beating, like, honestly, I could see my chest moving. It was the most scariest feeling. And I thought I was having a heart attack. I thought, you know what? This is it. I'm gonna die. This is not a panic attack. This is something more. I woke my mom up. We dialed 911. And I was just freaking out so bad, guys. Because I didn't... Like, even talking about it makes me just feel so scared and sad inside. But we called 911 and I was just trying to calm down because I didn't want to freak out more, because I know that if I freaked out more, it would get worse. Whatever it was. If it was a heart attack or I don't know. But my heart was just pounding and it was insane. And finally, like, we did call 911 while we were waiting for them to arrive, because they don't just come right away. We were packing stuff for the hospital. Oh, this sucks. We're packing stuff for the hospital because, you don't know how long you're going to be there. So we packed, like, clothes and got my cell phone, all the meds I was on at that time, my health card. If you are in Canada, we have a WHIP card, so it's very important for you to have that. And then finally, the ER arrives. well, when you call 911, they ask you, okay, what's the emergency, police, firefighter, or ambulance. I say ambulance. They ask how I was feeling, and I told them, my heart's going through the roof. I feel like I'm having a heart attack, whatnot. So finally, within less than half an hour, they arrived. By the way, they were amazing. They were very amazing. Some ambulance people can be douchebags, but they were so amazing. But anyways, they came up, and I was already sitting near the doorway because I didn't know if I was gonna pass out, and if I was gonna pass out, I might as well do it near my doorway. And so the ambulance came in with no, they left the bed. Fuck, I don't know the name of it, but the stretcher. The stretcher was in the hallway. Both of them came in. They said, okay, what's wrong? I explained to them, this is my second day within 2 days where my heart's insanely pumping and beating, and I can't breathe. I feel like I'm fainting. I feel like, all of this stuff. So they put some ECG, when they take your heart rate. So they put cords on my chest, my arm, my ankles, and just wherever they could, even here. So I was wired up, and they were looking at my heart rate. They're like, it is high, and the fact that this is not the first day that you've had it, you have to come with us, because they didn't like the way my heart rate was. I think, if I remember correctly, it was definitely over 100. It was over 100. So they didn't like that, and they didn't like the fact that it's the second time within 2 days. So that was a concern. So they took me on the stretcher because I was feeling really lightheaded, and of course I was scared. They took me on the stretcher, and we drove to the nearest hospital. And from there I got blood work done. And with blood work, I guess they were determining if I did have a heart attack, or what's going on in my body. But I know there's a certain level that they can find within the blood test results that will determine certain things. So I stayed in the hospital pretty much for the whole day. During that time, I was locked in. Well, I did blood work twice. I was locked in an ECG scan, for sure. And I also did a CT scan. And basically what a CT scan is, it's, that, like that tunnel, and you go in and they scan. So they scanned my heart because there was a concern that, there was something that was elevated in my blood results that they didn't like, and they were concerned that it could have been a blood clot, which when they told me that initially, I just felt numb. I didn't believe it. And I told myself, I'm not going to panic. If it is a blood clot, we'll find out after. I wanted to know the results first. So 2 blood work, being strapped onto 2 cords, and doing the CT scan. And luckily, at the end of it all, they found, with the CT scan, there was no clots, thank God. And it was fine. I was fine. But they did give me meds to make my heart rate go down. I think it was some beta blockers. So I was on beta blockers because my heart did elevate in the hospital, and the nurses saw it, and they told me to take the pills, and I asked them what they were, and it was to calm my heart rate. Because my heart rate was just, I don't know, it was going insane. Sorry, I have to breathe because this is a lot to spill out. Let me drink some tea for a second. So I got discharged. They told me to go see my family doctor. I did pretty much the same day, because I left, I don't even know. It was such a crazy day. I did see my doctor. He took my blood pressure, did another blood work, and I got referred to a cardiologist just to make sure that my heart was okay. But during all of this, I didn't really feel concerned for my heart. I really believe that it was anxiety and panic. It was such a textbook sign of it. But of course, to be sure. And of course, you have to make sure that's not the heart. So I saw a cardiologist. They did ultrasound on my heart. They did another ECG scan. And physically, so hold on. They did a heart scan, so ultrasound on the heart. And then after that, which resulted in fine. My heart physically was fine. The rhythm was fine. And then after they told me that, they wanted me to go on a 2-day Holter monitor test. So basically you're strapped in with cords and a monitor to monitor your heart. And from that, my resting heart rate, what he mentioned was, so it's not arrhythmia, but my resting heart rate was a little elevated, and he did not like that. So he put me on beta blockers to protect my heart and to make my heart go down to a certain, I guess, a more stable and lower rate. So that was that. So at that point, I'm just on beta blockers. My heart's fine, but I guess from that experience of what happened, mentally, I suffered, totally have PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. I hope that is the correct one. I think it is, but whatever. You guys know, if you Google it, it will explain. So basically, from this whole experience that happened in December, my brain, or just whatever, myself, sometimes, depending on, like, I have my good and bad weeks, but usually what happens is when I go to bed, within the hour I will wake up feeling scared and shaky, and my heart, of course, is going. But luckily, because of the beta blockers, like, my heart, I can still feel it, but it's not as intense. So that's why the beta blockers for me it's been kind of protecting my heart from going to how it was in December. So I've definitely been dealing, I guess, with the impact of it and how scared and fearful I was. Like, not on a daily basis, but like the first 3 months, since it was today, it's May, we're in May. For the first 3 months, I will tell you guys this, every night I would wake up feeling scared, having anxiety and panic attack for sure. I had to breathe through it, and it was just such a shitty, horrible start to the new year, and it was just so difficult for me to go through it. And you know, even if I was having a good day, it would still come. And you know, and it's just hard. It's hard when you're just having a great day, but deep down you're feeling such scared feelings. It's, oh my god, I hope I'm making sense. It just, it was so insane, because I thought, honestly guys, I thought I was gonna die. I thought that was it. This is it. I am dying. I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. And that was it. And I think because I didn't really know what the hell was going on, and it was so scary, it stuck with me. It scared the shit out of me. You know, when you go through traumatic situations, sometimes you don't react to them right away. Sometimes your body holds on to that fear, and you suffer daily, which I was for 3 months. And you know, I visit doctor. Like, it's not like it was just, oh, I saw the doctor, cardiology, and that's it. No, I was in and out of doctor's appointments. You know, I was explaining what I was going through, and the beta blockers, they don't really, like, they control the heart rate, but they don't control the emotion. And they gave me some pills. It's a part of the Xanax family, but it's not exactly Xanax, where I could take them if I can't get out of the anxiety or panic. If I'm in the fear and I can't get out, I would pop these pills. For me, I'm very, when it comes to medication, to be honest, I try to do it natural, but sometimes you just need the help. And these pills was recommended for me to do like 3 whole pills a day if I needed. But for me, I just did half a pill when I couldn't get out. So there was times when I couldn't escape the panic, the fear, and I couldn't breathe. And I thought, and I wanted to call the ER again, which I didn't. I would take these pills to calm down. and I took half of it, and it worked, but you have to work with it. You know, it's not just take the pill, and you really have to be in sync with your body. And sorry, pandas, my camera cut. But anyways, you try to shake yourself out of this situation and tell yourself, you're not dying, you are here, just breathe through it. And oh my god, it's the most difficult thing to do when you're in it. It's easier said than done. So yeah, so they gave me that, and then my doctor also talked about antidepressants, and I'll tell you why, because I actually visited the hospital another time. This was so from December. Okay, so in December, went to the hospital, got checked out, and then went to cardiologist. They gave me beta blockers, and then from there, in January, February, I got prescribed Xanax, but only taking them, well, not Xanax, but a part of Xanax, but only taking them if I can't get out of the anxiety or panic. And then after that, I wasn't on anything else but those two medications, so beta blockers and the Xanax. And then in March, it was definitely March, I was traveling to work like a normal day, and hold on guys. I was traveling to work, it was a normal day, but when I hit my street where my work was, I started feeling dizzy, like everything was swaying and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And of course that made me nervous. You know, it definitely made me nervous. I'm very sensitive to when my body does anything fucked because of what happened. I'm very, like, any little pain or weird shit that happens, I get anxious over it, which is understandable because of the ordeal I've been through, because I'm very sensitive to it, and it's something I can't control. I'm not going to control it. If that's the way I feel about it, you know, you can't lie about your feelings. But anyway, so I was walking to work, I felt horrible, everything was swaying and shit. I'm like, fuck, this is a panic attack. Okay, like, I already had a routine down. You breathe through it, I breathe through it, I calm down and whatnot. But I went into work and it just kept getting worse from there. Luckily, where I work, I have very supportive coworkers, and I told them, you know, and at this point, my heart, which since December, you know, when I had my panics, it was controlled, like, you know, it wasn't that scary, but this, for some reason, this particular day was it felt like December again. It was insane, and I told my coworkers, I can't be here. This doesn't feel right. You know, my heart is really it's going insane again, and they know what I was going through. And I'm like I said, I'm so grateful I have a place where I work where they are so open and understanding of my situation, because I know some people that are in workplaces that could care less. They could give rat's ass what you're going through in life. But luckily, you know, my workplace is amazing. I love my workplace. I love my coworkers. But I told them, I can't get myself out of it. I even popped the Xanax. I couldn't get out of it. Everything was swaying. I thought I was going to faint. We called the taxi, and this was in March again. We called the taxi, and they helped me into the car, and we drove off to the hospital. And so this was a different hospital from the one in December because of where my workplace is compared to where I am. So I went to the hospital again. I checked myself in, and I explained to them, you know, the situation, that I'm on beta blockers. I'm also on Xanax for what happened in December. They took my ECG scan, and they took blood work right away. Within half an hour of me being there, they took blood work. Sorry, guys. They took my blood work. But the waiting room, like, I was just waiting there for a little bit. And my mom rushed from her job to come see me, so I wasn't alone. That was very emotional for me when I saw her, because I was so scared. And I was just breathing through it and just trying to calm down. And you know, when you're in the waiting room and you're just with a bunch of people, but you can't... it's just so difficult. There's a bunch of people, and inside, like deep down inside, you are feeling like you are just being destroyed, like you're dying. It's just a doom feeling. It's like a surreal feeling. Because another thing that happens when I have panic and anxiety, like when my panic attacks really hit, I feel like my soul is floating out of my fucking, like it's my fucking body, for real. It sounds funny, but it's so scary when you're in it. Like you feel like everything around you is fake. Like this is not real. And that's what I've been dealing with daily. So returning back to the hospital, I hope I am making sense, but it's just so much to tell you guys. So when I was in the hospital, you know, they did the blood work, they did the ECG scan, and they really checked me out and to make sure everything was okay. And they didn't want to do another CT scan, because I already had one in December, and they were concerned about the radiation, so they did an x-ray instead, just to see how, you know, the shape and size of my heart was okay, and if they could find anything with the x-ray. And again, through all of that ordeal, they found nothing. They found no signs of clots, no signs of me having a heart attack, and the shape of my heart was fine. And this was in March. So I felt, of course, relief, but, you know, I felt also, in a way, defeated, because it's like, okay, you know, because it feels like there's something wrong, and when they say there's nothing wrong, you're just like, so why the fuck is it happening? Why the fuck is this happening to me? Why is my heart acting like this? You just kind of ask so many questions internally, and try to figure out what the fuck, like why. So anyways, so I've been to the hospital twice, and of course after that hospital visit I went to see my cardiologist again. I explained the whole situation again. He put me on a 2-day monitor lock. At the end of it, he said your heart rate is fantastic, but he still wanted me to be on the beta blockers for another year, so I'm currently on beta blockers. And he doesn't even want to see me for a year because my heart rate is at a good rate, a good beat. It actually apparently improved from the first time. So physically, like, I just have to remind myself my heart is fine, because that is my fear, guys. That is my fear. Because this, like I said, it was such a scary feeling. I don't know. In terms of the antidepressants, I tried them for a day. I didn't like them. I'm not on antidepressants. It really scared the shit out of me. I don't know if it was my brain acting all fucking crazy and thinking whatever. But anyways, the side of my face got numb, and I said, no, fuck this shit. Honestly, it scared the shit out of me. Oh my god, guys, for real. Like, it wasn't even the full dosage, because you know you have to start off slow. I fucking took half the pill, and my face, this side of my face went all numb. I said, no, bitch, I'm not fucking doing it. And I told my doctor this. I told my doctor, you know, I don't want these antidepressants, and I don't want to be on antidepressants. I told her, by the way, I'm so lucky that she accepted what I said. I told her that I wanted to do this natural, and she knows I'm on beta blockers, and I have the Xanax for kind of like a safety blanket. So if I can't get out of whatever it is I'm going through, I have that as backup. But I told her if I truly can't do this on my own, I'm open to trying other antidepressants. So right now, guys, I'm on beta blockers, the form of Xanax, and I'm not on antidepressants. And so far I've been managing it. I have my weeks where I'm doing well and I'm not. The things that I've been doing other than the medication, I've been seeing someone to talk to. I've been doing breathing techniques. I've been kind of doing these. It's one of my beautiful crystals, which I will do another video of, because I have a lot of crystals here that I've collected throughout this process. For me, like, I kind of use the crystals as just like as a comfort and something to know, to hold. You know, it's kind of like a breathing technique, but it's a stone. And I've been just watching videos that talk about it. I've been watching meditation videos. I've been doing some art therapy of my own. This is a random one, but this one I did on nights when I was shaking and crazy as fuck and my heart was racing. But yeah, just coloring things in just takes your mind off of it. So for me, I find that when I'm in that moment and I need to get my mind off of it, I just do things that will take my mind off of it and not focus on it. I hope I'm making sense. So yeah. So I am dealing, and currently still am dealing with the anxiousness and full-blown panic attacks. I do have my good weeks and I have my bad weeks. To be honest with you, my good weeks just started probably in April. So for the first few months, every day has been horrendous. And the videos I do film, if you guys look back at my videos from after Christmas, I already dealt, I have been going through it at that point. And I wanted to put on a brave face. And I honestly wasn't even going to talk about it. I seriously wasn't. And I was just going to make my happy haul videos, which I still love. Don't get me wrong. But I was going to just ignore it and not talk about it. But I want to let you guys know, like I said from the beginning, I want you guys to know that you're not alone. And it is scary. And this is probably this is probably the most intense, ongoing situation I'm dealing with, and I'm accepting it because it is a part of me, and I just have to work with it. But yeah, I hope my story made sense. I know it was kind of everywhere. I was kind of getting emotional. I'm sweating so bad right now because talking about it, like I said, is very intense for me. But anyways, I'm here for you guys, and I know I will make it through. This is obviously going to be forever. I wish it was temporary and it will just all go away. But when you go through something like this is forever, and you just have to deal with it. I mean, and if there is a point where you don't suffer from it anymore, that's amazing. And I hope to one day have that. But I know that this is most likely going to be lifelong. And when they do come, I just deal with it. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. I feel better for telling you guys. Because, I've been doing YouTube videos for so long. And I just wanted to, and I've connected with so many people. I just wanted to be real. It's not like I haven't been real, but talk about the deep, dark shit that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But I'm here for you. If you want to leave a comment below, you can do so. If you want to connect with me, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I'm there as well. And I want this to be a supportive little video or little channel that I have, because it's nice knowing that you are not alone in the journey. So I am in the journey, an emotional, fucked up journey that hopefully I will come out happy, and I know I will. But it's definitely, this whole thing has grown, I've definitely grown and become more spiritual because of it. And in that sense, in a fucked up way, I'm happy it did happen to me. Because, when I have my happy days, I really appreciate them, if that makes sense. So, don't feel defeated. Every day can be a battle. But remember, when you have the good days, cherish them, and they will come to you, I promise. I really promise they will. even though sometimes it feels like it's the end of the world, or you can't make it anymore, or it's just, you can't do it anymore. Trust me. Like, I feel all of those. I still feel all of those. Sometimes, I sit there and I cry at myself. I'm just like, when you have a little pity party for yourself and you're like, oh, why the fuck? Why is this happening to me? Why me? Why? And, sometimes you just gotta do it. If you have to cry about it and then laugh about it like a crazy person, do it. Just release whatever emotions you're feeling. Don't hold it in. It is totally not healthy to hold it in. But yeah, I hope that you guys got something out of this. I really hope I made sense in my story. I'm going to be looking at this. I'm going to be reviewing this video. Hopefully see if I made sense. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling now. I feel better that this is out there, and I hope I could help someone. And I love you, pandas. You guys have been amazing, and I wouldn't trade anything for I wouldn't. I'm so grateful for you guys. But anyways, I'm going to stop. I need to stop. I'm going to drink my tea. Love you guys. I'm gonna hopefully film more videos. I have so much fucking haul videos I need to film. Jesus. And then of course I want to show you guys my my crystals and my gems. They're freaking amazing. I love them so much. But yeah, in terms of tips, maybe I'll do a quick video next time, but quick ones right now. I'm seeing someone, meditation, breathing, yoga, anything relaxing, anything that makes you happy, do it. Even art therapy is good too. So just saying. Anyways, hope that helps. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to this long ass video. Love you so much, pandas. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.